On the night of October 14th, 1987, a strange television broadcast appeared across several states in the U.S. For exactly 3 minutes and 52 seconds, thousands of people claimed they saw something, but the broadcast station that supposedly aired it didn't exist. To this day, no official explanation has been given. There were no logos, no commercials, no signal traces, just a face, a message, and a sound that made everyone remember the same dream. They called it the broadcast that no one made. It began in a small town in Illinois. Local station engineers reported a sudden signal override on Channel 7, lasting just under 4 minutes. The signal came from no registered source, no frequency, no satellite bounce, nothing. At first, it was dismissed as a technical glitch until viewers started calling in. Dozens of them, all describing the same thing. A man's face, pale, almost wax-like, appeared on the screen. His mouth didn't move, but a distorted voice said, "If you can see me, you're already part of it." That line became the key phrase in what investigators would later call the Channel 7 transmission. Within hours, similar reports surfaced from neighboring states, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky. No one knew how the same feed appeared on multiple frequencies simultaneously. News agencies tried to trace it. The Federal Communications Commission launched an investigation but found nothing. No logs, no power spike, no source coordinates. But then, something strange happened. Every single viewer who saw the broadcast reported the same nightmare that night, a dream of standing in a dark room, watching themselves on a screen. It wasn't a hoax. It wasn't mass hysteria, because several of them never even owned a television. Only one surviving tape exists. When authorities reached the old Springfield transmission site, they found the tower nearly buried under decades of rust and vines. The entrance was locked from the inside. Inside, they found a half-functioning control console still drawing power from a separate generator, one that was never registered on the local grid. There were no footprints, no dust disturbed, yet the on-air indicator blinked once every minute, as if waiting for a signal that no longer existed. Technicians recovered a tape from the broadcasting deck labeled Playback October 14th. But what was inside wasn't a recording, it was a repeating digital sequence. They soon realized the tower wasn't sending a signal. It was receiving one. The recovered binary data from the VHS tape and the tower logs were sent to a small tech lab at the University of Illinois. Data analysts began reconstructing it, thinking it might be a corrupted test pattern. But when decoded, the sequence formed a low-resolution image, a map. At first glance, it looked like farmland, but the coordinates matched an area that had been empty for decades. No houses, no signal boosters, nothing but soil. Hidden inside the second layer of code was a single audio file. A voice, human, distorted, repeating a phrase backwards. When reversed, the words were clear. We didn't make it. That line became the second mystery of the case. Who was we? In 1997, a local journalist named Renee Holloway tracked down a few of the surviving witnesses who'd seen the original 1987 broadcast. They all said the same thing. They saw a face, and after that night, they started receiving silent phone calls. Every time they answered, they'd hear a sound, the same static as the broadcast. One of them, a man named Derek Hollow, was found dead a week after his interview, television still on, playing a frozen image of the same face from the 1987 tape. Police called it a heart attack, but investigators noticed something else. The word "received" written across his wall in marker backwards. Every time someone tried to replay the VHS recording, the same glitch occurred at the 2-minute mark, a burst of static shaped like a face pressed against the screen. And experts confirmed it wasn't a compression error. It was intentional. By 1998, the government authorized a controlled test of the signal. They set up equipment to play the broadcast back through modern digital frequencies. Within 14 seconds, all 4 test monitors shut down. The waveform spiked, and a new message appeared on one of the screens. You replaying IT too soon. The tower was destroyed 2 days later. But that message, It wasn't in the playback file. Someone or something was still transmitting. Months after the tower's demolition, new reports surfaced. Households in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Kansas began picking up fragments of the same frequency, 190 megahertz, during normal television broadcasts. The image was shorter now. No voice, just the same face. But engineers discovered something buried in the audio track, ultrasonic pulses invisible to the ear. Those pulses matched the electrical rhythm of the human heart. A data scientist named Evan Cross plotted the broadcast times and realized they followed a biological cycle, exactly every 22 hours and 13 minutes. As if the signal itself was alive, breathing. Cross traced the timing backward. The pattern began 1 year before 1987. The tower had been receiving the signal long before the first broadcast. He called it the heartbeat of the signal. In 2001, a maintenance worker clearing an old government storage vault found a single reel labeled Receiver 0. Inside the reel, a photograph. The man from the broadcast, standing beside 3 engineers. On the back, one sentence: "Prototype achieved. He can hear them now." Public records confirm those engineers vanished in 1979, the same year the Springfield Tower was shut down. Meaning the face wasn't a warning? It was a test transmission from an experiment that never ended. At 2:47 a.m., February 11, 2002, Channel 7 flickered on across multiple states again, without any active feed. The same 3-minute runtime. But this time the face spoke clearly. You kept watching. Now it's your turn to listen. Every monitor recording the event crashed simultaneously. But one frame remained, the face looking directly at the camera, and the reflection of another figure standing behind it. No further transmissions were logged after that night. Yet every 22 hours and 13 minutes, a faint spike still appears on the 190 megahertz band. Some say it's interference. Others think it's listening for a reply. If you can hear me, you're already part of it. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more unexplained phenomena, be sure to subscribe.